Good morning, welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, I smudged ink here. So I finished this. I finished this notebook. I'm very thankful for the moments that I had there. As it is finished, I'm gonna remove this little image because I'm gonna put it on the new one. But I have a lot to share, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do another journaling video. This is Amy McNee, for those who have never watched the previous video. So I'm adding this to the pile of finished notebooks in the past few months, starting in May. Okay, that's a lot. So I started with those two in the Paper Republic. Oh, I didn't tell you, but why I never talk about the finished notebook, but I printed commonplace pages and then I opened the stapler and then added them as an insert to my notebook because I was referring to it a lot. So that was a Paper Republic insert that came with a creative bundle. This is a Farktonitum A5, but not really A5, smaller, so it actually fits perfectly in here. And this is what we're going to. So those are the notebooks that you've seen me talk about and that I finished recently. I can't believe I write that much. And what I wanted to say, I'm actually going to read that last page. I'm already coming to an end. That was fast, and I'm so thankful for paper and pen and the moment they grant me. I'm gonna finish this page. I just don't want to do it exactly now because it's gonna be very personal, but I'm gonna set up the new one. So I did a photo shoot with a whiskey brand a few years ago, and I was just helping. I was just an assistant this time, and I'm a photographer, by the way. That was my previous and still ongoing career. But I helped this whiskey brand. My friend, who was a photographer, did a photo shoot with them in this beautiful house, and I assisted for the day, and they gifted me this notebook that I removed the cover of except the back because it's this Viking horse. It's gorgeous. I changed the cover and painted this, and I was like, I'm gonna write on this because it is lined. I'm gonna write on this, and I even like pasted some images and I was ready to go. And I'm actually very excited. Like, this could be really cool, but now that it's time to do it, I honestly miss my Paper Republic so much. I haven't touched it since I started this notebook. I miss it so much, and it's been 3 months. So I wanted to do a 3 months later video. So I'm gonna discard this and I'll use it later in the year. I'm gonna say thank you to all those notebooks. I'm gonna be rereading them and selecting moments that could be shared on my Substack. So my Grand Voyageur from Paper Republic, I still used it, but very much less because I gave it the function of my DIY art school. So I'm basically doing a lot of training of meeting lines and drawing and connecting dots, and it's been really fun. And here more drawings that are not specifically interesting, but I'm learning. And honestly, I felt like home in this notebook and this system and this cover. So I ordered some little elements that I'm gonna receive soon, where I'm gonna put like a sticky pocket and some little brass elements, and I'm gonna remove this and keep doing the art school, but in a different way, in a different corner of this desk. And I'm going to set up the Paper Republic Grand Voyageur XL in red. Look at how it has patinaed. I'm gonna set it up so that it is my journal again, and that I just, you know, walk around the city and the house with it as my home, because I just miss it so much. So I finished all of my Paper Republic inserts except the watercolor book, and they don't deliver to Turkey because Turkey, my country where I live in, has decided to restrict imports and the value of what you can import. So I cannot buy something that's more expensive than 30 euros. Yes, this is true. It has been happening for a year now. So I cannot import or buy anything, and that's why I've been using all of the old things that I have. But when I received the Paper Republic, they shipped it to my sister's house because I was visiting her in France. So that's how I got Paper Republic. And if I ever were to travel back to Europe, I would definitely order from them. I love their refills. So I kind of found a refill that looks a bit like them because they have amazing binding. Look, their binding, like everything lays flat, and it's that type of binding. So I found this, and this is a Turkish brand that's so affordable, and the paper is it's rough paper. It's not like fancy paper, but actually that's the best for the type of journaling that I'm doing. It's by Fark Tanıtım. They're on Amazon. If you live in Turkey, they have incredible notebooks. I've bought from them a few times, and this is super chunky. I don't think I want to go that route, so I'm gonna do what I did previously, which is I'm gonna cut it up. So this notebook that you see here, that I've presented a few times, is a Fark Tanıtım that I had destroyed and fit here perfectly because it's the correct size. So I'm going to do that with you. I'm gonna set the intentions. We're gonna put Amy somewhere. We're gonna set up the home again, like we're gonna change a few things here, and I'm gonna talk about the artist's way and other artistic things because I've been going through the artist's way. This is the last week. This is week 12, and the reflections that are happening within the journaling prompts are, one, super helpful because it shows how much I've worked, evolved, transformed. So I've been doing the artist's way multiple times in my life, and this recent time I kind of had a break in May or June. When I was in France, I just didn't continue it properly, but now I've been back for a few weeks and it's been super good. So there's 8 little inserts. I'm gonna go right in the middle and keep talking about the artist's way. Capucine. Woohoo! That was much easier than last time. But we don't know yet how it's gonna look when I open it. Please be good. No! I know, it feels really bad to cut a notebook. But it would be worse to not use it. Okay, see, that was the only thing. We lost a bit of a page and it's okay. We could just play around with it. This is a little Swiss Army knife that I got from my grandfather when I was 12. I don't know why, but my grandfather just gifted me knives. I love my grandfather. He was amazing. Like once when I came to his house, he lived in Germany. I came to his house and I was like, 11, 12, 13, and he just took my hand, he looked at my hand, and he opened a box of knives. They were Opinel knives with different sizes, and he just like tried them on, like tried a few to see the correct size, and then when it was the correct size, I was like, okay, this is yours. So, okay, I have a knife now. A pretty scary knife. Okay, sure, I don't think this is what you're supposed to do with kids, but okay. And this, yeah, I think it's one of my oldest possessions. I've had it for 20-ish years, and it's always with, wherever I moved out, moved countries, it's always been with me. And I really, really miss my grandfather, and it makes me happy to have something that reminds me and makes me laugh to this day. The Artist's Way. I'm really getting sidetracked. The Artist's Way is just one example that journaling is truly a wonderful practice, but also could I do that? Yeah, I could. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use the cover on the front this time, because this is a bit higher and it does feel like the top of the page more. And then I don't even need to use that washi tape, but I could work it here already. Okay. So the Artist's Way, journaling with prompts, with good prompts. Is incredible. And I think both practices are super helpful. Like to journal just to see where you're at and to let yourself flow with, with the river and go deep into your psyche and into your moments and emotions. Is wonderful. And sometimes, maybe once a week, to have some prompts, maybe old prompts, new prompts. I have a collection of post-its with prompts that really, really help me. But I really love doing the Artist's Way because it's really a journey of 12 weeks. And that's really helpful. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I want this one. And here I'm gonna set my intentions. Maybe we're gonna put Amy. I hope it's not creepy. I hope she's not creeped out, if she ever knows that. But she's a really motivating force, and you should check out her book called We Need Your Art. This actually, We Need Your Art, is what I printed out. Those 8 pages of the best quotes that I got from reading her book. We Need Your Art is a wonderful book, and I think she's a force, and we need her. Our society needs her, and she's been responding to that call. She's everywhere. She has amazing interviews. You should definitely watch her TED Talk and read her book. And I've been so blessed to have found her Instagram, Inspired to Write, a few years ago, and it's beautiful to see her blossoming, her blooming. Okay, so journaling with prompts is so helpful. This is something that my brother gave me. Everyone is here. My grandfather, my brother, my partner's uncle. So I've lost something that I usually, my double-sided tape. So this means this is the last time that this is not removable, but we're gonna use it. We're gonna put Amy here for good, and if I need to, I'll reprint this little image. I know it's all over the place and I keep interrupting my subjects, But Cora just joined us. Cora, my dog, is right by the desk, and that's where her bed is now. Today is July 21. Thank you. So I told you about intentions, and my intention with this new notebook and with this new time period, which, you know, will be much longer, this is a bigger notebook, is to truly create a new mindset. A mindset where I feel calm and I feel centered, and I feel like I accept the reality that I'm in instead of fighting it. Oh no, we just went deep. And it's not an easy thing. I tend to overthink. I tend to feel trapped in situations sometimes, and that's not how I want to feel. I really value feeling free, to the point that, you know, I work for myself, and I've always created a life where there were not that many contracts. I have a lot of Sagittarius placements, and those are the intentions that I want to put here. So that's what I'm gonna write in the first page. I'm gonna change a few things here. Oh, we're definitely changing the octopus. I don't know if you've been on my Patreon, but I've told you about the octopus. This is my business card, so if anybody finds it, they have my contact details. I've been studying the levels of energy. I don't remember the name of the author, but it's been interesting. I think I'm gonna keep it here. This is my dog Cora, who's right here, right on the left. This is a cover on cover by Obonichi. I never bought a cover from Obonichi, so I believe the cover on cover was going to be the proper size of their notebook, not a cover for the cover. So I never used this, and I realized it's pretty much an okay size. This is when I badly printed the Winnie the art, so I just kept it here. I've got extra papers and envelopes, Post-its, and yeah, this feels like home. Bless you, Kiki. My cat is sneezing. I don't know if you heard her, but yeah, I am not alone in the room. I have a cat and a dog. Do you see how beautiful this has patinaed? There's some marks. The leather is more supple. It feels oily. There's a few new things that I don't know how they happened, but they happened. I just really love that. Feels like it's darkening. When I got it, I was like, I'm in love with the color now. And I selected the colors that bright because I knew it was going to become darker. But honestly, every shade of it is beautiful, and I want to hold on to it. at the same time as being excited for what's coming. I'm so happy. And it still smells divine. And I cannot wait to add a few customization. But yeah, let's write intentions here. So I am calm, centered, all seeing. I accept. I devise. I remain free. Mindsets are, well, deeply personal and intimate, and I'm really working through the same type of themes that have started in my childhood, and I'm really doing my best to just keep creating new structures in my mind based on my spiritual experience, but also based on my real life experience. My partner, for example, has a very different life story and different mindsets and different truths that are very inspiring. And yeah, I'm just facing a lot of different situations where I'm able to talk to him about it, and he's able to share what his truth is, and they're always very, very simple truths, and they're very calming and centering and grounding. And pairing that with my own reflections, my own journaling, my own prompted journaling, channeling the records, asking questions, meditating, interacting with life, with trees, with animals, with friends. I just learn a lot. And if it takes me out of that sensation of being trapped, if I'm able to jailbreak for good, which, you know, I've done in and out a lot, and I've jailbreaked from so many things. Like, if you knew my past and my childhood, wow, you'd be like, okay, you've done a lot. You've already moved through a lot. I've moved through a lot. I've been able to inoculate a lot of different painful concepts. And the last one was the octopus. But I'm ready for it. I'm really, really, really ready for feeling like I'm blooming, which is the name of my book, Bloom, which is going really well. Telling you about it on YouTube has really ignited the excitement again, and I'm really proud of the editing journey. Like, I've been printing scenes and editing it on paper, which is 10 times much more easier than being on a Word document. But yeah, thank you for being here. I hope that those types of ramblings are helpful. I'm in a difficult astrological transit with healing my inner teenager, and that's why this is here. This means a lot to my inner teenager, and so I'm doing my best to do right by her, to value her, and to deconstruct the different shame and painful sensations of not belonging when you go through puberty. And at that time, I moved countries. I was living in France and I moved to England. I was in the French high school in England, which was a really, really painful experience, academically speaking, but socially speaking too. I'm not neurotypical, but I'm just different. I mean, we're all different, but I never fit in. And I never fit in with groups, with larger communities, and that's been really painful. And that's why it's so beautiful to create my own community through what we're doing here. And I'm very, very, very thankful for you being here. And I hope that if you don't feel like you belong, please know that you belong with yourself. And the more you focus on that belonging with yourself, you belong with life, you belong with the universe, you belong with Earth. And you know, if your species, humans, is not always easy, there's a lot of other beings on this earth, like animals and trees and flowers and plants that are here and that you can really communicate with and have beautiful moments of feeling understood and loved and alive and blooming. And I was just yesterday I was in the park with Cora, my dog, and we were having such a beautiful moment, and I was totally unmasked and not caring what people think. And at some point I raised my head because I felt observed, and it was someone just like looking at me hugging my dog, and it just took me back, and I realized, yeah, maybe I had been displaying too much love, too much connection with my dog, which I'm so grateful for. I don't care what other people think, but I'm so grateful for those connections, those bridges that we built with the other world and with other beings on this earth. And I hope that you do feel it too. I read a really wonderful book recently called Eternal Echoes by John O'Donoghue, and actually I'm going to publish all of the highlights that I adored about it on my Patreon, because I've been taking photos of the pages for my patrons. And you belong, okay? You might not belong with the mainstream current of where society has been, but maybe you belong with other expressions of humanity through different eras. Reading books from like before the social media age is such a healing balm, and not that it was better before, but it was definitely different. And you belong, and I would love for you to feel that. So thank you to this moment, to this journal, to Amy, to Paper Republic, to the Buddha, and to Mickey Mouse. And thank you thank you to you for being here. I look forward to those next weeks in this home of paper and on this home of earth. I hope that your summer is going well. This was my 3 months update, and I'll keep you updated and show you how this practice is going, how the leather is unfolding, patinaing, and I'm really excited. I feel good. Goodbye. Yeah, life is really hard, huh? Kusu. Mon bébé. Mon bébé des Kusu. She's grown so much. We celebrated 1 year together with Kikik, my cat. And she's such a big cat now.